Um, yeah, it started here about 6, and it hadn't stopped.
So I I don't feel like even figuring how to do it, but that
Oh,
that's Pensacola.
yeah, I heard they got cream this morning.
He said 4.5 inches still coming down.
It's been wintry mix since about, I don't know, 4 o'clock. They said by 6:30 it's supposed to start snowing, but it's been the same. Um, but as I can hear out the window, it's picking up. So
Oh no, Karen, is he okay? Hey, Andrew. Or probably shouldn't. Yeah. So, all right. So I'm on my laptop. The audio is probably not great, but from out in the field, um, and then we'll see. So I'm just going to hit record. I'm freezing to death, but we can talk about it. I'm so cold, my fingers aren't working right.
what's the
And I
temperature?
wanted to go and sit out somewhere and be like at the resort and um, have a cool background, but you're stuck with French Quarter. So, but yeah, let's get it going. All right, hey, and welcome to a special edition of the But Mostly Disney podcast. Andrew is snowed in.
We're getting there. Once every 8 to 10 years, we get it here. So it's
And I feel like it's gonna snow here, even though it's probably not. And I am at Disney. It says it's 47, but it feels like 37. Um, so I came down early. I got up around 2 a.m. I was at the airport by about 3:45, and then got here at 7:30. And I got a room at Port Orleans French Quarter. Is that right? Yeah.
yeah.
Which I really love. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, we stayed at both French Quarter and Riverside. We enjoy both of them.
So I've never we've walked over here and gotten beignets, and I think when we stayed at Riverside, we came over just to use the pool, just to see what it was like. Um, but I mean, I definitely would stay here again, especially if it's like just me and my wife, Kay and I are coming down, because it's smaller, way smaller than Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm in a regular room. It's not preferred. And I mean, I'm a 9 iron from the pool right now,
Okay. Yeah.
and it's nice.
I think we got lucky one time we had a water view, but yeah, we were very close to everything.
Well, Andrew, I think Riverside is just so pretty. Like I will say, like this has a different feel. Um, I think Riverside, that landscaping, I mean, really makes you feel like you are in the bayou. I mean, it's awesome. This has a little more manicured. Um, Sorry, my daughter is trying to call. I should just ignore. Um, Manicured feel, but it's beautiful, and I love it. I really do love it. I haven't found many Disney resorts I don't like. Like we have always stayed deluxe, almost every time, except for Riverside, which we thought was great. Hey, Caleb. Um, and now that I've kind of dove into some of like next month I'm coming down and we're staying at All Star Music. So I will have stayed at all the All Stars. And I really like them. Again, no hot tub.
You got to stay at Grand Destino one time.
What's that?
The Grand Destino Tower. We've stayed there 3 times. It's a moderate, but does not feel like a moderate whatsoever.
So I was going to stay there this time. They had a really good deal on the room, and but my wife wants to go, so I didn't want to cheat on her with her not here.
Being that we're probably going to be iced in tomorrow, I'm probably going to do my room tour from there, and the view we had was awesome. It was you could see Epcot, Tower of Terror was right across from our room. You can see Blizzard
Oh,
Beach.
and
From
what was the view category? What was the room category for that?
that was a parking lot view,
Oh wow.
and you saw the whole, you saw the porta share. Everybody was turning in. I could see our car where it was parked, but you had a view of all of Epcot. Um, all of Hollywood Studios, a little bit of Epcot and Blizzard Beach, and you had fireworks just about every night.
Wow.
And being the annual pass, we got the rack rate little bit cheaper than the rack rate, which was great.
We
Um,
just booked June. My mom's coming, and all five of us, so six of us, in a 2-bedroom villa in Old Key West,
oh, yep, we've done that.
which I've never stayed in. But that was really the cheapest thing we could find, and we got 40% off with the annual pass for that.
Yeah, and when you get there, ask them for a bus pickup because we got lucky and our bus pickup was right outside our door.
Oh, really?
We had like a less than 50 feet and we were to the bus pickup. Now, if we wanted to go to the main house, we could took a bus and it would drop us off there, or you could just drove, which I
Right.
did like because we like to go to the main house or the lobby or whatever. And that's the only part I didn't care for. But we had a
So,
1-bedroom villa and it was great.
Kay and I walked around over there to kind of do some recon, and we did stay at Saratoga Springs, and that's the only resort we've stayed in like that, right? I guess we stayed at Caribbean one time and had a pretty long walk, but it was still a walk. And when we went one December at Saratoga, we ended up driving to the pool, and it's not a big deal. It's just a different way to vacation, right?
Yeah. And when we stayed at Riverside, we had a little walk to our building.
But it's so pretty.
But it's very nice, especially at night.
We stayed. I think the time before last we stayed there, and I timed it. It was about a 14-minute walk to the house, but I never really noticed it. No, I am not. I should have. If you're talking to me, Andrew,
we haven't done it.
I don't know. I should have done it 18 years ago, and I haven't. So it's funny you mentioned this, Karen. I was just telling. This is on my bucket list. I want to stay in the garden buildings at the Contemporary, and I want to face that little one, like the monorail going over and the boats going back and forth to Wilderness. I'm dying to do that. I don't even know how you booked that room, but I'm going to figure it out. And then, so the reason I popped down, and if you're wondering how I keep finding ways to do it, I just keep looking for deals. So my round trip airfare to get here was $78. So my flight left at 3:30 this morning. I got here at 7:30 a.m. I came here, I checked in, and they actually had my room ready by about 9:45, but wow. Which I think is awesome, and I'm very pleased. But what I'd done is I only carried a backpack because I'm on Spirit, so I didn't want to pay for anything. So I just brought one change of clothes because I'm flying out tomorrow at 3:30, be home by 5:30. So I really came just for today to see Festival of the Arts, and it did not disappoint. Even in the rain, I had an amazing. I'm soaked and I'm cold, but I heard Lou say something. It's my favorite festival because it's the one that's happening now, right?
Yeah.
But I've never done it before.
Did you go with Jeremy?
No, I swear someday I'm going to get up with Jeremy Stein from Main Street Magic. Also, like we're great. He has a great podcast twice a week, and he is really detailed and organized. So we're kind of the antithesis of that. But he texted me about coming down over the weekend, and I just couldn't do it. We had a show at our venue, and I couldn't get it done. And then we found a way to get it done, and then it didn't work anyway. So
yeah, it's funny to talk about plane tickets. We're leaving. I'm taking the girls down for Valentine's weekend. I was at work Saturday, and I was like, let me look at plane tickets out of Charleston because we have Breeze and Spirit and JetBlue to go down there, and there was nothing There was nothing. No under $100 deals. It was all $300 and $400 a person.
Yeah, and it varies wildly. So just a quick aside, if you're looking for Spirit, um, when I started using Spirit last year, because I kind of built it in my business plan for getting to and fro, I found cheap flights. I joined their Super Saver program, which I made back on my very first flight. It was like $60. And then for a while, they really changed their flight times where they weren't good. Like you'd get here at 9:30 at night. It just, then you got to pay for a hotel, and then you got to pay for Ubers. So I had to kind of balance it out, because I don't mind the drive. It's 10 and a half, call it 11 hours. And we've rented cars for like 5 days for $250. So for $250, I can come and go as I please. I save on all the Ubers, you really have to kind of put it in a graph and see which is cheaper. But if I'd have flown out Saturday and flown back on Monday, it would have been about $450 round trip.
So for us being it's 5.5, 6 hours. My wife said 6. I say 5.5. Just depends on traffic. And it's a tank of gas for us, so it's $100.
Right.
And I can fill up in either Buc-ee's in Daytona or St. Augustine, and I can get down there on a less than a quarter of a tank from there, and then drive almost back to Charleston on the rest of it. So it's like we'd like to fly for the convenience one time, and I thought maybe this would be a good trip since it was only we leave on Thursday, come back on Sunday. But I'm thinking driving's still the quickest for me. Now, granted, it's only an hour and 20-minute flight, but I still think driving is more feasible than anything.
So I threw my stuff here. I grabbed my camera. Actually, I grabbed both cameras because it said it was going to rain. So I grabbed I have a DJI, the Osmo 3, which is what I like to use, and I'm using right now as my webcam. And then I have a DJI 5 Action 5, which, by the way, is the best low light camera I've ever used. It's unbelievable. And I'm glad. So what I ended up doing is getting a locker and throwing my stuff in the locker, the other camera, because it rained. It misted or spit all day long. So I got here around 9:30. Hit a couple of attractions. I did the land. I did it was 10 because I got beignets here first, just in case my room popped open. And they were awesome. And then kind of walked around, looked around, waited for the festival to open, and then I started going around and eating. And it's now I can't remember how to pronounce it, but in Mexico they had a meat dish, carne asada. That was a clear winner as far as flavors go. I mean, that was awesome. Japan had a sushi donut, which I love. They had a Wagyu bao bun, but I was just talking to my wife. I'm not sure I like bao buns.
They're okay.
Yeah.
It's just sticky dough to me.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I felt. Now, the cheeseburger pods at Animal Kingdom are different, right? They're not bao buns. It's similar.
Chili Canteen, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like those are different. And look, this was delicious. Don't get me wrong. But honestly, at the end, I was kind of scooping out the inside and eating that. The sushi was really good. And they had a lemonade that was really good there. They had a few more non-alcoholic drinks this year, which I like. Even though, because I don't drink, but some of the stuff on there, like dragon fruit lager, really sounded good. I know. I probably would have liked it. I didn't like that stuff when I did drink, but it sounds good. What else? I'm trying to think of what else I ate that was awesome. Canada had so they have like a little scavenger hunt. Yeah, Karen, that lemonade, it was like an Okinawa lemonade. It was so good. Japan always comes through. They had a grape drink at Food and Wine, I think. It could have been. I think it was Food and Wine.
Booth on the outside or Katsu Grill?
No, the little booth on the outside. Their little, festival offerings. Okay. And that was I wanted to get, they had a brie bowl in France that I really wanted, and I was going to get that on the way out, but it was so cold. I didn't feel like going over there. So I did all that. I checked out the art. It's some beautiful art. I didn't know what the rules were on filming. So even though I'm going to post a video, I felt really weird about taking my camera in there. So I didn't get a bunch of pictures, and I don't know. I didn't know if they'd be funny or not about it. But there's probably 30, 35 booths. They're everywhere, and it's awesome. But they had a little scavenger hunt like they do everything, the wonderful world of color. And so you got 5 items and got a free Figment Rice Krispie treat for doing that. And it wasn't all sweets this time. So there was an empanada. There was this beet tartare, which I thought said beef. And then I ordered beef tartare, and the girl said, it's beet tartare. All right. Bring it anyway. And it was really good.
We've Canada one time. I think it was either what festival was it? I think it was Flower and Garden. No, Food and Wine. They had fillet sliders, and for $7.95 we got two. No, they weren't sliders. It was just fillet, cut fillet. You got fillet and like their mashed potatoes for like $7. And I'm like, what's what two? So we got two of them. It wasn't bad. And then they had the sushi donut. And then Mexico had like street tacos. And they're probably the best street tacos ever had. They're like 3 little street tacos.
Really?
Yeah. It was good to see they've changed some stuff up.
I know, Karen, I wanted to go everywhere. Every single booth this year, I think, and this year, like I've been 100 times. This is the first year I've been, had something amazing. They had, like, again, the one in France had a warm bread bowl filled with melted brie, and on a cold night like this, been perfect. But I was stuffed. That was why I was trying to square peg round hole my wife into coming, because I feel like I throw a lot of this food away, and then I feel guilty, and then I eat more than I should, and then I'm stuffed. The only thing I did not love, and it wasn't necessarily bad, is they had basically in one of the things to get for the Wonderful World of Color was a Pop-Tart. It was an elevated Pop-Tart, and it tasted. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a regular Pop-Tart, and this probably tasted different because it was real food, but it was a little dry. I didn't love it. I wasn't amazed. What was amazing is over by Test Track, they have a whole deconstructed booth, and the deconstructed key lime pie, maybe that might be the way that pie should be served. It was, I wish I had time to do slides. It was so spectacular. And it was like a wavy line of the gelatin with a ball of the crust, and then a ball of like a mousse with 2 pieces of meringue. Oh, it was unbelievable. It was so good. Had a couple really fresh raspberries. And then they had a non-alcoholic deconstructed mint julep, which I love slushy drinks, but they're always so sweet. Like sometimes too sweet, even though I like them. Like I like a good icy every now and again, or a Slurpee. But this was perfect because it wasn't just goopy, syrupy. It was awesome. That was really good.
Now, drinks, of course, the orange, whatever, I don't know the name of it, that everybody has in France during all the festivals. It's like a slushy. My wife will get that. And then, of course, I'll try a beer or two out from other countries that I normally don't get. But yeah, it's always cool to try and find something new. Then, of course, you always find something like, I shouldn't have got that, but you tried it. You can say you tried it. I think it was a dessert one time we got from Morocco, and whatever spice they used, it was just very overpowering. Like, okay, this is not what we thought it was going to be, but we tried it next time that we wouldn't get it. But it's always that good adventure to go try to find something new.
Well, and I think that's why you can't rely on reviews, right? Like I feel like movies that critics hate, I adore, and vice versa. And so at the what was the last festival? Food and Wine was that last? Yes.
Yeah,
So food, no holidays, Festival of the Holidays.
that's all it is. Yeah.
So at Festival of the Holidays over in China, they had like it was just pork fried rice, I think. But the reviews I'd seen like, oh, it's too expensive, it's too small. I thought it was a great portion, and it was really really good. The only problem that I have with these festivals is I haven't eaten in an Epcot restaurant in like 3 years because we buy. Well, I had it on my wrist. Buy a little gift card,
Yeah.
and then just kind of eat around the world all day. So I ate at like 1:30. I dipped out. I got a boarding group for Guardians. Dipped out, came back here, took a little nap, and then realized I was missing my Guardians group. And I'm like, well, whatever. But then on a whim, I decided to go over and ask, and they put me right on. They were very nice. I was about a half an hour late.
Mm.
I actually went to guest services, and there was a guy and a girl, and I was like, hey, look, I don't care what the answer is. I'm fine either way. I missed my Guardians boarding group. I'm a half an hour late. And the guy's like, yeah, no problem, go. And the girl wanted to mess with me a little bit. She was mad that the guy had he didn't. I'm like, yeah, you should have gone with her and yank my chain for a little while. He was like, I know, I just wanted to help so badly.
Yeah.
But they didn't call anybody. And when I went over there and tapped my thing, I walked right in.
We'll probably fix it before I got over there. So we were going to eat at Beer Garden in Germany, and my oldest daughter does not like Germany. Now that she's able to get off work to go, so I said, "Wow, what am I going to find? A month out." I was surprised for the Saturday of Valentine's Day weekend. There was so much available for a family of four.
Really?
We ended up picking Tutto Italia, which is great. We've been there before. I was just surprised throughout the whole park because I didn't just exclude just Epcot because we were going to Hollywood Studios in the morning. I was just going to see what was available, and there was so much available. Like 50s Prime Time and Sci-Fi Diner had spots available.
Really?
And I'm like, well, this is kind of odd. Usually those are the first two places to disappear, but we're going to be at Epcot that night, so that's why we did that. Last place we ate at Epcot was Garden Grill, if I remember correctly. But that was like Thanksgiving a couple years ago because the same thing. We just jumped from booth to booth, and country to country, and never go in there.
We had a pretty average meal at Coral Reef. And I want to say that was like 3 years ago. And we ate there for like one of the dining packages so we could get into candlelight procession.
Oh, okay.
And it was very lackluster. And we've eaten there before and liked it. But then my buddy says that's his favorite. So, I mean, it's good. It's good that we all don't like the same thing or we'd all be lined up at the boathouse and never go anywhere else. So it's good. I love the Beer Garden too. I've only been there once and I thought the atmosphere was cool. I thought the food was good. We have a Busch Gardens near us that has a fest house.
Yeah, they do have.
So I feel like I've kind of seen that plenty. So we don't typically do that, but I want to go back to Le Cellier. I love that place.
We went one year for Thanksgiving because we'd been there for dinner. I thought it was going to be good, but it didn't hit real hard for Thanksgiving. They did a deconstructed Thanksgiving dinner, and it wasn't the best Thanksgiving. Now, we've gone to Liberty Tree for Thanksgiving and had the traditional flank steak, turkey, mac and cheese. And that was great. And Garden Grill was good for Thanksgiving one year.
I've never been to Liberty Tree because we always as we progressed, we started with spring break, which is hot, and then got to July, which is hot. So the last thing I wanted was turkey and stuffing, and in July it was just big heavy meal.
Yeah,
I want to get back to Hoop Do review too. I love that.
Yeah, we've done that before too. Like we've gone to Liberty Tree in the morning and then kind of just relax the rest of the day because it's such a heavy meal. Of course, do Hoop to do at night, so it's not one of the last things you do. But I sit the girls down for flower and garden one year from a Christmas present for my wife. and I picked coral reef for them to go eat, and it was not. They didn't like it. It was a very the atmosphere was great. The food was,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, Karen, I want to I'm trying to figure out how to pay for and then book I want to do a river cruise on the Rhine, and I want to do the Christmas markets. I think that would be awesome. Um, so yeah, so I popped back over, got on Guardians, and then I went over to Canada. I got my last stamp, went and got my cracker, and then I had to buy a poncho, which I hate doing. I didn't bring a raincoat. It was freezing. I left my house. It was 25 degrees. I absolutely have a big, heavy, like foul weather gear jacket I could have worn on the plane. It would have been fine. I don't know why I didn't. Stupid. So I suffered through the day, but it was raining too hard tonight. So bought a poncho, ate my Canadian meal, and then walked back around because I was trying to get to. I was worried I'd be late coming back here. I wanted to see some of the Broadway show. So they have lots of entertainment. They had a DJ at that new by Communicore at the Encanto dance, whatever that is. And then I saw on the other end of that field, they had a great saxophone player early in the day, and he was awesome. And they have art set up along there. And then they had the original Elsa from Frozen, and I want to say he played Simba in The Lion King on Broadway, and it was awesome. They were so good. I mean, I'm so glad I made that because, I could have gone – the shows are like at 5:30, 6:45, and 8. So I missed the 5 o'clock. I was standing there in Guardians going, there's no way I'm getting there by 5 o'clock. And it's another thing like when we saw Sugar Ray. It's a couple songs, maybe half an hour show. It's perfect.
We got lucky during processional is it Sterling B. Simmons, the guy from This Is Us, the black gentleman that was the brother with the glasses. I can't think of Sterling. I can't think of his last name.
From where?
He was the narrator, and it was very good. We sat outside Regal Eagle and listened to it, but we got lucky and picked that up.
We saw Josh Gad.
Sterling K. Brown, that's the guy's name.
Okay, yeah. We saw Josh Gad, and he was incredible.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was really, really like the right balance of funny and Christmas. It was awesome. I really enjoyed seeing him. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Love Pugs. Look, somebody new. We try to be here each week on Tuesdays, but we're not doing a great job with consistency. But this is working out all right. I just wish I feel bad. I get a little crazy. Now I'm getting crazy about the audio, and I'm worried what this is going to sound like, but I'm sure it'll be okay.
Corner of Maine. After we got off the show last week, I ordered the sweatshirt for my wife, and I got the Firehouse shirt, and it came in today, and it is awesome. It has the little silhouette of Walt in the window with the candle. It's
really?
Awesome. Yeah, I got it in a tan color, and it's a very cool shirt. And that hoodie sweatshirt that had the I'm sorry, I can't talk. The slipper on the sleeve. I got it.
Yeah.
And it looked
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it from my wife, and she likes it.
How's that? Is that nice?
Yeah, all good stuff. I learned there's 2 different shirts you have to pick. The first 3 shirts I ordered was just like a basic shirt, and there's another shirt that's a couple dollars more. It's a better shirt.
Okay.
So it was, instead of being like 20, I'm going to be wrong. 25 was 28, or 28 it was 30, or something like that. But it was much better material if you want to go that route. But the Firehouse shirt is very cool.
Look, Andrew got 4 shirts. I love it.
Nice.
And look, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is all new to me.
And me.
But I talked to him early, I think before you even joined last week, about giving us a code to give people use but mostly Disney and get 10% off. And then I forgot. That's why I'm such a great business person, right? But I'm going to reach out to him and see if he wants to do that. I think if you search online, he has a code for 10% off right now.
I think there is.
So I just want to help the guy out because I love his shirts. And after talking to him, he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, no, he's very cool. He loves what he does, and luckily for him, he gets to do it full time, and him and his wife do it together. It
I think it's
seems
awesome.
it's a good, good
You
fellow.
know what?
Getting
You know
the
what I did have today, and this is such like a. I mean, you have to come to Disney to even think this is cool. But both times I left Epcot, I walked right onto my bus. I mean, literally came around the corner. And here's something cool too. So the Riverside, Port Orleans in general, bus stops 4 and 5, which is right by where the minivans pick you up. So very short walk to the buses. And but both times today, they literally pulled up. I watched them unload people, got on the bus and left.
nice.
I love that. That's just good timing. Because usually I pull up as they're driving away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to wait 20 minutes for them to get back. I did have to wait while they loaded like a Jazzy, but still, I was right there. And it was awesome.
Cool.
I don't know why. That's what makes my day.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago when we stayed for New Year's Eve, I was very surprised at the amount of buses they had going to Coronado Springs. I get it; they pulled all the information from the Magic Bands, and they know how many people are there from each resort. But I thought it was going to take us over an hour, and we were bus number 3 out of 5 buses that were there, lined up, ready to take people.
Well, I mean, I think out of all the other things Disney does, I mean, they've always been able to move people around, right?
Yeah, I'll give them credit for that. Oh, did you see the Premier Pass is available for anybody now?
That's right. So now, even if you're not staying on property, was it always available for annual pass holders? Do you know?
Just certain deluxe resorts. Now, if you're staying off property, anybody can get it now.
Well, let me go write a check right now.
Yeah, spend $400 right now. I
mean, look, it was a rainy day today, right? But Ratatouille was 45 minutes. Soarin' did get up to an hour because when I left to walk over there, it was at 25 minutes, and by the time I got there, it was an hour. But nothing was open yet, right? Spaceship Earth was down most of the day. You've got the Three Caballeros is closed for refurb, so you're only got Frozen, Ratatouille, Soarin', The Land, Figment,
Mission Space,
and Test Tracks down too. Mm-hmm. So you really have 7 rides in the whole park. Attractions. Sorry, I keep saying rides, and I know they're not. That was the only time I saw an hour wait time on anything. Now, there were still a lot of people there. It just wasn't like a normal day. Might have been. But a rainy Tuesday in January, apparently it's a good time to go.
We forgot Nemo.
Oh, and Nemo. That's right. Yep. But a lot of, and the festival lines weren't very long. It was a good day. I'm wet. I may have to go put all this stuff in the dryer somewhere.
I will say, the Moana Way of Water, that is very cool. Have you done that? Walk through that at all?
I love it. And that's everyone awesome. Gave that grief too.
I don't know why. It's cool. My youngest loves it. Love the concept.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
I stand there just like that.
Move your hand up and down with the water.
Karen and Andrew both said Nemo. And yes, I definitely want a warm shower, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to brave the elements to walk down to the hot tub. I love a good soak. And here it's kind of cool. It's actually like away from the pool in like its own little private courtyard. But I'm worried I'll walk down there and it'll be full, or I'll get in and it won't be hot, or it will be hot and then the walk back will be miserable. I got issues. These are not big problems. I'll be okay. But no, I could have spent a lot of money on art. I'm at a place in my life where it's not snowing yet, Caleb. But I heard
what the temperature there is tonight.
It may. Like I feel like someone today said there was a possibility, but it's 45 right now. So they're not calling for snow. But I showed Andrew, my buddy's house in Pensacola. They've gotten 4.5 inches.
No, it's gonna get to 41 there tonight.
Yeah, so not quite.
Feels like
Um,
38 though.
Karen, my son's in Jacksonville. He didn't see it, so he was kind of bummed. And then I'm waiting to see if it. I know the schools are closed already because it's not like where you live, Karen. In Virginia Beach, we shut the whole town down if it even pretends it's going to snow.
Yeah, that's how it is here in Charleston because we've got one
Oh
salt.
yeah,
We have one salt truck and it's been running since Sunday trying to
that's
get the roads going.
that's my driveway.
Ooh.
That's a black car on the right or left. So that's we're getting some snow right now. Look, I left my Christmas lights up. Snowing at home, and I'm here freezing in Orlando. But it was a good day, and I really do like these festivals. I think it makes. I mean, I think I just enjoy them. I know there's people who don't like the drinking, and there is a lot of alcohol that goes on, but I have yet to come across an issue. I'm sure they happen, but I mean, we've stayed in the park till when it used to be open till midnight or 1 a.m. Sometimes it's never really bothered me.
I've seen more problems outside Magic Kingdom than I've seen at Epcot.
Here you go, Caleb. I'll pull it up for you. These are the benefits for joining the live chat. You get to see bad pictures from my phone, but that's my buddy's house in Pensacola. I mean, that's crazy. That's Florida, dude.
They had 6 inches in Tallahassee.
They did?
I think so. And that's where FSU is, right? Tallahassee?
Maybe so.
Yeah, somebody was there and they were outside the stadium and it said 6 inches.
Are you in Ohio, Andrew? -1, he says.
Nope.
Yikes.
4 to 6 inches in New Orleans. Wow.
Yeah. So my wife's family is from Louisiana. She was born there. She was born in Lake Charles, which is west of New Orleans, I think. And they got a bunch of snow. It's unbelievable. It's a wild, wacky weather.
That's it for sure.
Well, I mean, that's all I got for this week. I just wanted to try to stay on Tuesday, and it's a bummer because I really wanted to be sitting by the pool or in the lobby or somewhere cool. And instead you just see this ceiling fan trying to come out of my head, which is still nice, but I wanted to post up somewhere neat. And everybody go to Lou Mangello's site and stop telling him to give credit to everyone else because we know he's the greatest.
He's got to take some credit because he's the man.
He really is. I mean, that's what inspired me to do this and the YouTube channel and, keeping that choose the good mentality, even when people stop in the middle of the path at Epcot. I just try to have some choose the good.
Walkways are not stop.
I know I'm trying to find a way to say it kindly but funny, right? Because everything in my head is too mean. I just keep that. All right, Andrew, you got anything else?
No. Look out for the room review from Grand Destino. Be out next couple of days.
Yeah, and what did I just put up? I just put up something Disney. Oh, from Marathon Weekend and Walelu Bar. So that video's up but mostly Disney. And then Andrew's got mouse gears. So check his videos out as we both try to learn how to do this well. Caleb, so glad you made it. Karen, Andrew, love you guys so much. And love pugs. Thank you for coming. If you like it, great. If not, let me know why not. I got a big ego. I can take the criticism. I really want to make this not to sound like Lou, but about you guys. This is really I do love sharing it, and I love, but I really want to build a similar community. I keep saying Lou needs to text us when he can't go live, and we'll fill in for him, like Johnny Carson. Have Ed McMahon up there. But I do. I love talking about Disney, and I love that you guys come. It means the world to me. So thanks so much, and thank you, Andrew, for being the host. It saved my life. I don't know that I would have gotten this far if Andrew hadn't texted me that first show.
Hey,
you want in? Sure. Come on.
To talk, and I want to do the same thing you're doing, and say, hey, we can do it together and learn from it. We'll be better.
I mean, this is 16. This is 16 episodes, dude. That's 4 months of doing this. That's pretty wild.
I like it. Let's keep doing it.
We made it through holidays and everything else. All right. Well, so reach out if I can do anything for you guys. Please watch the videos. Check us out on the social medias, and have a great evening.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
See ya.